Hey, lovelies. How are you? So, I want to talk today about going back to school as an adult. Wow. It is the scariest thing on the planet to imagine having been out of school for so long and then going back to school as an adult. But I took the big step. So, my mom passed earlier this year, and I had decided that I wanted to go back to school as something that would make her proud because I knew my mother would love that I went to school because I had never graduated high school. So I decided that I wanted to go back to school because I wanted to do something more with my life. And out of nowhere, I decided that I was going to do some online upgrading for GED. And I ended up going to this place called, it was called St. Christopher's House. Now it's called West Neighborhood House, and it's for adults going back to school to get their GED. The really cool thing about this program is that you can do a lot of this stuff online. I've been sick a lot this month. I've been under the weather, so I've been able to do some stuff online, which is hopefully, fingers crossed, stopping me from getting kicked out of the program, which is a scary thought to get kicked out of the program. But everyone seems very, very, very supportive. But the thing is that, I had thought that going back to school would be easy. I'm like, I'm smart. Go back to school. Everything's gonna be fine. It's not. It's not. I can't tell you how many times I've failed a test already, and then gotten it on like the sixth or seventh try. None of this stuff is easy. I thought going back as an adult it would be so much easier. Well, it is not. First of all, apparently my grammar is atrocious. Big surprise. A lot of people don't know this, but when I wrote for mygaytoronto.com, my best friend Jessie would edit my columns and reword them for me so that when I submitted them, they were grammatically correct. So I kind of suck at this. And math. Let me ask you, when am I ever going to need algebra? Can somebody please explain this to me? When? Where? Why? In my normal day, am I ever going to need algebra? Good Lord. But apparently I have to do tests of it. Right now I'm working on percentages, which actually isn't too bad. I worked through fractions and turning a fraction into a decimal and a decimal into a fraction. I did that. Long division I'm starting, which is a little more difficult than I had anticipated it to be. I'd hoped it would be a little easier, but it's not. It's actually very difficult. But yeah, so I'm going back to school. I don't know what I'm going to take. My ideal is this. My idea is to go to school, get my GED by my birthday next year, my 27th birthday, of course, and then decide what I want to take in school in September. I know that's going to be late because normally you would want to submit between February and March into the schools that you want to get into, but I don't know. So I mean, I'm gonna take it slow. I know that I can get overwhelmed very easily. I know that this year has been a very overwhelming year for me. So I decided to take life and chew it off in little teeny tiny digestible tidbits so that I don't drop out, so that I don't go back to my old ways of just being like, oh, well, it's fine. Like, I want to do something more with my life. I'm at that age where, first of all, I cannot stand the idea of working for someone else ever again in my life. Ever. I can't do it. I can't be talked down to. I can't be belittled in front of people. I just can't do it, and I won't do it. So I decided that it's time to go back to school so that I can work for myself. And I realized that yes, co-ops and all that other stuff that I do when I'm in school, I'll have to work for someone else or under someone else, and I could very well get an asshole or a bitch for my my co-op teacher. But I mean, that's just the sort of the dice that I'm gonna have to roll, right? But the thing is that I've reached this sort of level in my life where I just don't feel like I'm going. I feel like I'm not going forward in life. I feel like I'm just sort of staying in one place, and it's gotten to that point where like I don't want to just sit in one place anymore. I really do need to move forward. I need to think beyond what I'm doing now and go forward. And so it was a very scary thing to decide that I was going to go back to school. I mean, what if I fail? And, and the thing is that at that same point, what if I fail? Well, what if I don't fail? What if you don't fail? What if you succeed? How amazing would that be if I go back to school and I'm successful going back to school rather than being afraid of going back to school and failing, right? We put these crazy thoughts in our head and we set ourselves up for failure. It's almost like self-sabotage. Well, what if I fail? But honey, what if you don't? Right? What a novel idea. What if you don't? So anyway, that's my sage advice, I guess, for the day. If you're thinking of doing something and it scares you, do it. Because it could turn into something really beautiful on the other end. You know, it's usually the scary things that are the most rewarding. The things that we have to put the most effort into are the most rewarding. When stuff comes easy, what do? You expect it. When you work for something, you appreciate it. You see the difference? Expect, appreciate. I prefer to appreciate. I want to appreciate things in my life. Everything that I've worked hard for, I want to appreciate. And you should do the same. Don't expect, because when things come easy, like I said, you expect things. Don't expect. Work hard, be rewarded, and be appreciative. That's my advice for the day. As always, my darlings, my lovelies, I thank you all so very much for tuning into my channel. Without you, I wouldn't be doing these. Without your sharing, commenting, and subscribing, of course, I would not be sharing these videos with you. So I thank you all very, very much. And I hope that something in here has maybe sparked a little interest in you for you doing something that kind of scares you. And if it has, comment below as always. You can do a video reply or a plain old-fashioned text reply. I don't mind. And I will, of course, reply to all of them. Thank you for taking this amazing journey with me in my life. I love you all very, very much. And I will wish you a very happy holidays for 2014. Mwah. Good night.